You really thought it'd be different, huh? Well, shame on you, because Alex, he's done it again, and he is doing it again.
Green will be the next question.
IndyCar made its annual return this weekend to the Pacific Northwest, to Portland International Raceway, and as ever, we had the road course aces up at the front and ready to challenge. But it's time to actually have a look at what happened at Portland International Raceway. And before the race, on the morning, we had warm-up. Now, Joseph Newgarden was fastest, and Rinus VeeKay second, and Scott Dixon third, which caused a lot of intrigue for the race ahead. It was the Indy 500 champ, Felix Rosenqvist, that would claim pole position, his second pole position of the year after Long Beach in April, and it will be Alex Palou starting alongside. So he had the inside line, and he had a very good look on the inside of turn 1. Meanwhile, it was Will Power, the defending race winner from 24 and 25, in third, and it was Marcus Ericsson, Power's teammate in the 28 car, the newly re-signed Marcus Ericsson, in fourth, with Rinus VeeKay in fifth, a very impressive qualifying, and Kiffin Simpson in the other Ganassi in sixth, and then the third Andretti in Carl Kirkwood starting seventh, with Graham Rahal in eighth. And on the fifth row, it was the two Dale Coyne racing cars of rookie Dennis Hager and Roman Grosjean. That's how they lined up. Now, David Malokis did qualify ninth, but because of unapproved engine changes, he had to get shuffled back to 15th. So he would have that calculator, also has some penalties too, for the same reason as well. But the race kicked off, everything sort of got into shape. Power lost some space to Ericsson, but apart from that, it was pretty plain sailing until Rahal strangely went off. Not too sure what happened, but he sort of went off, and it got so far, like, he got onto the edge of where there's a drag strip down on the main straight. It was really, really odd, but yeah, that was the only yellow there was all day, really. And that was it, really. It was just a typical race like that. Yeah, there was a bit of intrigue with some lap cars, most likely Stingray Rob and Graham Rahal slowing up Alex Palou and Felix Rosenqvist, but Alex Palou and Chip Ganassi Racing done the typical stay out one lap longer and overcut your rival kind of thing. And luckily there was no yellows. The only yellow was for that Graham Rahal incident, and that was it. But yes, the race would have only one DNF in the 66 Marchand racing car, Rosenqvist's teammate, for an engine failure. This happened around sort of like a third into the race, that kind of deal. Apart from that, there was no real dramas. Rasmussen did end up being scored as 4 laps down. I'm not too sure what happened. I must have missed that bit. But apart from that, it was typical road course IndyCar race from nowadays. Really. So Alex Palou would win in the Ganassi once again. He has now got 3 wins here since IndyCar's return in 2018. The same amount of wins as Will Power, funnily enough. But yes, a 500 champ and the pole-sitting car, Felix Rosenqvist in second for Marchand, and Will Power in the Andretti has got another podium here, so he is always good at Portland, is Mr. Power. Then Rinus VeeKay, an incredible force for young course. He's been so good on the road and street courses this year, and he's really putting himself up there for that number 9 Ganassi racing ride at the minute. And you know, is it going to be Lundgaard? Is it going to be VeeKay kind of thing, or is it could be someone else? You never really know. And Carl Kirkwood will run out in the top 5 there in 5th. So Carl Kirkwood, even though he's only had 1 podium in his IndyCar career on a road course, he has still done very, very well to get top 5, especially as there isn't much variance today. As there was only 1 yellow and that was it, so it was a bit hard to sort of do anything crazy. If there was some restarts and stuff, you could do something a bit like that. But it seems there was only 1 real opportunity, and that wasn't really an opportunity because it happened on like lap 7 out of 110. It wasn't it was a hard deal to do that, and that was it really. But IndyCar does return again this weekend at the streets of Markham, and not in exhibition place for Toronto anymore. They're in Markham. That is where they're going in Canada, and Alex Palou boasts 110 points lead. 110. He's got this field on notice. He has done for about 4 years at this point, but yeah, that's just a ridiculous amount of points to have over your competition. That just is. And honestly, just give Alex a title now, guys. Come on. I mean, if you're gonna give Alex Palou an opportunity like this, then you've got yourself to blame. It's similar to what happened in Nashville, really. Like, they messed themselves up there too, so they've got themselves up there to blame as well. But do you think the IndyCar GP of Portland was a good race? I thought it was decent. It was typical Portland. I'll probably rate that race a 6.5 out of 10. There was a bit of an interesting situation with Stingray Rob and Will Power when it was looking like when Will Power was closing up on the overcuts, when Felix Rosenquist and Alex Poe had already pit for the last pit stop. It was trying to overtake Stingray Rob, who was being a lap car, but Stingray Rob just swerved in front of Will Power, and yeah, it cost him a few seconds, or cost him a shot at being ahead for second place, and then potentially even a win. But you can't know that now. That's in the history books, and this is the results of the race, and I would always say that. But yeah, I think it was okay. It wasn't particularly a great Portland race. I preferred the race a few years ago that Scotty Mack won in 2022, but that's just for my personal taste. But I still do think it was a good race, and it was quite enjoyable. So, I did enjoy the Portland GP. Did you? And IndyCar, they will return for race 13 of their championship next weekend. Are you excited about Markham? That is another viewpoint, that's another discussion point as well. That'll be very fascinating to talk about.